They say if you can make it here, you can make it anywhere.
New York, New York.
The richest city in the world, with almost 400,000 millionaires, the most of any metropolis around the globe.
Yep, you heard it. New York has the most millionaires in the world. And I'm guessing we should be celebrating that. We should be celebrating when so many New Yorkers cannot afford to rent. The average rent in New York, I believe, one bedroom is like $4,500 the last I checked. And we should be celebrating the millionaires at buying up more properties. Yay, hooray, go USA, go New York. This is ridiculous. It's ridiculous. Do you know that? It's ridiculous how as a society we celebrate rich people. Meanwhile, the middle class and other people are left to rot. Now, speaking of rotting, don't let my channel rot. Just give me a like and a subscription so we can grow this channel. And let's continue with this video.
According to a report out from Henley and Partners, which advises wealthy people on citizenship by investment. They report a 45% growth in millionaires in the last decade here, despite dire predictions during the pandemic of the rich fleeing New York.
But while more and more millionaires and investors are moving into the city, it's putting a real squeeze on the middle class who are having to leave.
We looked everywhere. We couldn't find anything.
Dana Dennis was born and raised in Brooklyn, and together with her husband, they make over $100,000 a year, but had to move to New Jersey after having their first child. They say they couldn't afford a two-bedroom anywhere they wanted to live.
I was seeing things on the market for like $4,500. If I wanted to stay even in Bed-Stuy, I mean, this is not Midtown that we're talking about, right? Like I'm talking about central Brooklyn.
And she's not the only one. In 2022, people leaving New York at the fastest rate were making less than $172,000 a year.
Can you believe that? $172,000 per year, which already is a crazy amount to be making, and you are forced to leave because you cannot afford living in New York. I know so many New Yorkers move to like Hoboken in New Jersey and other places in New Jersey so that they can just commute to work, taking the PATH train. Man, I hate taking that train, and I never liked New York, to be honest. It smells like piss, and the people are so rude as hell. So I think I would be doing the same if I was working in New York. I would probably be commuting from New Jersey. But it's crazy because I've worked in different sectors. I've worked in the mortgage industry, and I've seen even the homes like the brownstones are so expensive, $1 million and above. Like if you're planning on buying a house in New York, you can't. you cannot unless you're a millionaire. Maybe even renting, you're gonna have to maybe try the housing lottery. We're gonna go to another video right after this to see one of those lotteries that people do in New York so that they can afford to rent and not starve and live homeless in the streets. But let's continue.
That's according to a report from the Fiscal Policy Institute. They also found that more than a third of those leaving New York State were moving in search of affordable housing.
It's the wealthy moving into the bigger towns. There's no question, right? So the New Yorks, the Chicagos, the Los Angeles, the San Franciscos. It's the booming economies. If you make $200,000, $300,000 a household income, you can't afford to live in the city anymore.
New York City's Mayor Eric Adams has a City of Yes plan, enticing developers to address the worst housing crunch in 5 decades, expected to enable tens of thousands of new units over the next 15 years.
I'm surprised Eric Adams has any plan at all. Eric Adams is man, my goodness. Eric Adams is a joke, a complete joke. Shout out to Turkish Airlines and the government of Turkey for sponsoring his life. But it's insane that if you're making $200,000 as a household, you cannot afford to live in New York. I guess you'll be having to fight over pizza in the streets with remember the rat that was on the subway eating the pizza a few years ago. Like it's insane. I don't know if they still have the dollar pizza, like the $1 pizza. I remember when I used to go to New York. I've not gone to New York in like 6 or 7 years. But when I used to go to New York, there was this pizza and those cheap stuff from the carts that you would probably just afford, maybe hot dog or a $1 pizza, and that's all you could afford. So I can only imagine now, with the cost of living and everything, people, I don't know how they survive in New York. I don't know. I would not live in New York, and I would not live in any city. That includes London. When I went to London, it was crazy expensive. I think it's more expensive than New York. London is out of this world. But this is about New York. Let's continue. Let me stop my rambling.
But that wasn't in time for Luke and Sasha, who also left. They just couldn't make it work anymore.
$4,000 was a lot of money, and they still couldn't find a 2-bedroom.
So instead, they bought a house in Asheville, North Carolina, sight unseen. And they got in when the interest rates were still low.
Our mortgage in Asheville is less than our rent in New York.
Yeah.
And we have, 8 times the space.
But now they too feel trapped, unable to move because of higher interest rates. Last month, the median mortgage payment for homeowners across the country hit an all-time high of $2,800, according to Redfin.
The second part of this is the real estate investors. Now they're investing into the tertiary cities.
Another conundrum in the market.
Asheville, North Carolina, right now, for people that are investing into short-term rentals, is a top 5 market in the entire country. I'm a short-term rental investor too. When we go in, we are going to affect that median cost of living. There is no question.
The people who made the situation worse were people who buying homes for investments, and also these big companies, BlackRock and everybody, who are buying residential homes everywhere. So people cannot even buy homes anywhere. You have to go to, backwoods Mississippi, and and that's not very safe, especially if you're a person of color. Moving to those areas, you have to think twice, if not 3 times, if you're planning on buying a home in those areas, Alabama, Mississippi. If you're a person of color, if you're white, you're good. Life is good. So anyway, my point is, New York is so crazy expensive that it's forcing people to move to all these other places. Like that guy was a senior project manager. Project managers make good money, over $100,000 as far as I know, and they couldn't do it. They had to go to North Carolina, and North Carolina everybody's moving there. Now it's also quite expensive. Let's finish the 30 seconds and then we go to the other video where they're going to be showing us those housing lotteries that people doing. We're going to go to the Bronx. So get your bulletproof vest ready.
All creating a vicious cycle.
Do you feel like buying a house is a reality for you?
Oh, no. We aren't finding houses, not even here in New Jersey, that are under $750,000. The average, American dream of buying a home is just really difficult.
And while the millionaires continue to flourish in cities like New York, the middle class finding a new reality outside the urban jungle. Yasmin Vasugian, NBC.
Okay, let's go to the Bronx. Are you ready? Do you have your bulletproof vest ready? Are you ready? No, I'm just joking. Vámonos, amigos, vámonos. Let's go. Let's see this 1 minute, how the affordable housing lottery thing works in New York. And let's see how much we would pay if we were moving to the Bronx.
Well, new this morning, the housing lottery. It's now open for a building bringing 33 affordable units, affordable housing, to Mount Hope. And News 12's Greg Thompson has the details on the latest edition of Rebuilding the Bronx.
Through March 14th, anyone in the city can enter the lottery to live at 2017 Grand Concourse.
It is in a great location on the concourse. I love the size of the apartments, and they're beautiful. I think people will really enjoy them.
The cheapest is a studio for $544 a month, available to a 1 or 2 person family, making between $22,400 and $37,300.
Wow. I heard in New York, you have to give, 10 months or whatever rent before you move in a place. I don't know if that's true, if there's any New Yorkers here. Sorry for my terrible jokes. I apologize for offending you guys. But you guys have a tough skin, so you don't care about me. So if there's anybody from New York, let me know how it is, the renting process. I heard that some places you have to give 10 months or whatever deposit. something like that. I don't know if I was lied to, but I heard you had to give like that much big amount of deposit before you could move in. So I don't know if this applies for this like studio that you're paying $550 a month. Yeah, but that place, yeah. Let me not say what I'm gonna say, but let's continue.
A year.
The rents are starting at well below market.
While the most expensive are still $2,100. 2-bedroom units for families of 2 to 5 with incomes between $78,000 and $159,000.
6th floor.
Now, instead of spending money on rent, I could spend money on groceries, on activities for my kids.
75% of the apartments are for people who win the lotto, with the rest set aside for formerly homeless seniors who are going to be referred by the city's Department of Homeless Services.
It gives them the stability to raise a family and to use it as a stepping stone.
The building...
Yeah, that's, I think it's good. It's good. It's quite affordable by New York standards, having a 2-bedroom for $2,000 compared to, the average rent of $4,500 for 1-bedroom. Plus, you have to remember this is the Bronx, so you're gonna be paying like $2,000 to $2,200 for the rent, and then you have to buy your bulletproof vest, and you have to. I'm just joking. So, guys, please give me a like and a subscription, and of course, share this on all the networks. I will see you.
Oh my goodness, all the networks! Wow! All the networks!